let's do it. Right, that's so ironic, but you put me in such a stressful situation, no preparation time. But today I'm going to explain to everyone why you should absolutely love stress. The hate with stress is all negative thinking. So I'm going to explain how my journey from when I was young to now has been completely transforming my vision and how I look at stress. So the first thing I did was acceptance. And I think that's really important for everyone else. Acceptance of stress is something that is completely normal in modern society. And do you know what? Everyone stresses about every single minute detail. So the first thing you need to do is accept it and try and work with it rather than work against it. So me, I'm head of design for a global agency. And the first thing I have to do is keep everyone happy. And as everyone knows, if you've got multiple kids, who knows, you might have multiple partners, who knows, but keeping everyone happy is impossible. But I don't believe in that word. So I actually work with stress as a motivator and think, do you know what, it's a challenge and we can work with it. So we've got two types of stress. We've got eustress and distress. Eustress is actually looking at that stress and changing it into a positive light. Distress, we all know what distress is. That's looking at everything as a negative light. So it's all to do with positivity and negativity. And it might be a repetition throughout this talk today. So what I do is I get a stressful situation. And the first thing I do is I look at it. I don't actually get that intimidated. I think, okay, what can we do to solve this? It's all about problem solving and actually looking at it as a challenge. Me, myself, I love a challenge and I want to take that head on every single time. So how do we actually solve it? So we need to obviously look at it as a positive mindset, hopeful, and actually look at that as something we can change and solve, but also grow your mindset as well. That's something I'm going to be talking about a lot about today, is actually becoming a much stronger person in your mind, which again follows on to this one. So this is, for me, since I was a very young child, worrying about everything. My parents, I was raised by my mum and two sisters, just women around me worrying about everything. And then that just went inside me and I used to worry about every single detail. And that just can't work. It doesn't solve anything. What does it solve? So there are two types of things that actually cause stress, which is worrying and anxiety. And I generally don't believe they do nothing for anyone but negative thinking. It doesn't solve anything. You worry about things and actually after you've done that thing or whatever it is, you think, why was I worried? There was no reason to be worried in the first place, including this talk today. So what I do is I focus on what I can actually change. If there's anything I can't change, it's out. Don't even worry about it. I'm a problem solver as well. I look at problems, I look at ways to solve it, and I don't actually get worried about those problems. And I've been in many dark places and those positive thinking actually gets me out. And that comes on to this one. So you live in the present. A lot of people actually stress and worry. And even those drunk moments when you've said or done things and think, oh God, what did I do? Just don't worry about it. It's done. You know, we can't change it. So why worry about those things? And again, with the future, I'm actually bad for that. I plan things to minute detail. So looking at the future, looking ahead and making sure I've got a really strict plan is something I worry about, but I have to stop myself. Just stop looking at the future, stop looking at the past, live for now and make sure you're happy right now and things are going really well right now. And then that follows on to the next one. There we go. I can only change what is in the present. You can't change what's in the past. If you piss someone off, if you've had breakups, if you've made mistakes, which everyone does, by the way, forget about it. If someone actually interrogates you for making those mistakes, they shouldn't be in your life in the first place. Everyone makes mistakes. And we live in that kind of society where making mistakes is seen as like a massive thing. And then the last point is positive people. Over the last 5 years, I'd say I've lost contact with a lot of people, and that's because they were negative influences on my life. So I've got a really small group of friends and family that I stick to, and that's because they influence my positive mindset. It's all about my mind, and it's just making sure that they don't affect my positive thinking. And if they do, if there's a negative influence in my life, honestly, it's ruthless, but they're out. I just will not talk to them. I will not allow them into my life again unless I have to. So it's important that you actually put yourself in positive environments. Negative people in positive environments just will naturally tend to go away. And the more positive you become, the stronger you become as well. Which again follows on from Julie's talk. A lot of things comes into this. We're naturally, as British people as well, we naturally think negatively. To just actually replace that with positive thinking. And this is the worst thing people do with negative thinking, is overthink about everything. What did I say 4 weeks ago to that person? Who cares? Just forget about it. And those people don't actually think about it anyway. So you're overthinking in your head and you're just making it a lot worse. And it's just a waste of thought. And just rather than talk about how stressed you are, just do something about it. Because doing something about the stress will actually remove it. If you don't do anything about it, it'll keep lingering and you'll probably prolong it as well, make it worse. So just do something about it and actually tackle it head on. And no one likes a headless chicken, do they? If there are plenty of leaders on this call, who wants a headless chicken to lead their team? Because those people looking at the leader and think they stress about everything. But you need to keep calm and actually have a plan and just sort things out with a positive mindset, and everything will be absolutely fine. And then finally, so if you manage stress correctly, you can actually become a stronger person. It's something that, you know, stress is a natural thing in life. It's all, everyone's mindset, everyone's brains will actually have to deal with stress. So it's absolutely important that you look at it as a challenge and just face it head on, and then you get rid of it. And then there's this next stress that comes on with it. So I've been working on this over the past few years, and it's changed everything. The way I've progressed, the way I've actually become happier over the last few years. It's crazy how quickly that's just gone through the roof. And I challenged everyone today with, look at that I, it's not capitalized. The kerning, the line spacing, everything has been challenging today to stress people out. But that's it. Thank you, everyone. That was so quick. That's crazy.
Yes, thank you.